call this meeting to order. Thank you. If we can take Rotary Grace silently, please. Rotary Grace on the count of 2. 1, 2.
Oh Lord, and give Rotary friends and help us to see all our days.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My chair, over to you, sir.
Thank you, my DG. Good evening, my Impact District Governor, the district leaders, Impact President, and my fellow Rotarians. On behalf of our amiable district governor, Lieutenant Bukola Bakari, I welcome everyone to this learning session. As we may be aware, membership is the engine room of Rotary. The more members we have, the less burden in our various clubs. Our facilitator, PDG Nze Arenzo, the Rotary Membership Coordinator, Region 27, is here to take us through key tips on attracting more prospects into our clubs. Please listen carefully, take notes, and get ready with your questions. He's ready to answer all of them, and we will all be more enlightened. Thank you. Let's learn together. Thank you, and God bless. DS, please, over to you.
All right, my chair, thank you very much for that brief welcome address. Okay, on that note, may I invite our district governor once again for her opening remarks? My district governor. My district governor. My district governor. Maybe I should. 1 minute, please.
Okay.
I guess she has a very bad network where she is.
Yes, the network is bad there. Let's see if the DS can get, otherwise we'll just stay it down inside and move on. What's the problem?
She's
My
okay now.
PDG. Sorry, it's going to be a bit noisy where I am, please. But I hope you can hear me.
My DJ, yes. Opening remarks, ma.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, my PDG, fellow Rotarians, and of course, the distinguished facilitators. I'm delighted to welcome you this evening to this membership seminar. And of course, because it's online, I know some of us are listening from the comfort of our own homes and of course, offices, or perhaps even inside a car, just like myself. Wherever you are joining from, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for making the time. As we all know, August is a membership and new club development month. And for me, membership is all about people, all about people. Every new member is another pair of hands that will join us to serve Rotary and to serve our community. And also, remember, it's also an opportunity to create lasting impact. You know, as we talk about bringing people into Rotary, we must also sometimes ask ourselves, are we creating the kind of Rotary that people want to join and the kind of Rotary that people want to stay in? And that is why, today's conversation is really, really very important. Let us learn how to attract new members. And of course, we are going to learn from an expert in the subject. Let us learn how to engage our members and also retain them. Let us learn how to create new clubs that reflect the changing world around us. Please, let us come together, support each other, support clubs, and let us participate in this seminar by asking questions, whatever we don't understand. Let us share experiences and leave here taking action. Thank you so much. And of course, my message to every Rotarian is really simple, which I've also been advocating when we go to clubs. Let each one bring one. Let us engage one. Let us keep one. Thank you so much for joining, and I wish us a lively, practical, and impactful seminar. My PDG, thank you so much, sir. Okay.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you, my
You can start the
DG.
machine again. I'm done.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. At this stage, I think we need to introduce the guest speaker, my chair, right?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. My district governor, past district governors that are on this call, district leaders, fellow Rotarians. Our guest speaker is no other person but past district governor Nze Anizo from Rotary International District 9141. He is a member of Rotary Club of Trans Amadi, District 9141, Nigeria. He is the Rotary Membership Coordinator Region 27, which comprises of many countries, Nigeria, Ghana, and the likes of them. He has served in several other capacities. His Rotary International and Rotary Foundation awards are numerous, but I'll mention just few. Rotary International President Citation for Public Image Achievement. 2, Rotary International Club Builder Award. The third one, Rotary Foundation Citation for Meritorious Service. Another one, Rotary Foundation Distinguished Service Award. Rotary International Service Above Self Award, and many others. This is going to be a brief citation. He's a veterinary surgeon, well known to Nigeria and abroad, as long as Rotary matter is concerned. Fellow Rotarians, I introduce to you past district governor Nze Anizo. You're welcome, sir. Please let us appreciate him. Thank you. Hello.
Thank you very much. I want to get this screen running. Thank you for the kind introduction. District Governor Bukola, I've seen PDG Reni Bello, and of course, ARMC Omotunde, who will become the Rotary Membership Coordinator from 1st of July next year. And thank you very much, Busola, for inviting me to share this evening with you. As the DG said, membership is something that we can't stop talking about, because some of you may already know that membership is Rotary International's highest internal priority. It is the basis for our existence, really, because everything we do in Rotary is done by people. By the power of our organization, the people we have, we are the power of Rotary. If there are no members, the organization will simply collapse. It's that simple. no matter how much funds we have, how much money we're able to raise, if we don't have the persons, the boots on the ground to do the work of Rotary, we can't achieve our objectives by donating to other organizations. That is actually what makes Rotary special. And that is why membership is so, so important to us. And we can't talk about it enough. You know, sometimes people say, oh, all the time we're talking about membership. That's why we talk about membership. And we'll never stop. Because once you take the people away, everything collapses. At least 80% of donors to the Rotary Foundation are Rotarians. And a Rotarian is more likely, in fact, Rotarian is like 10 times more likely to give to the foundation than a non-Rotarian. And even when you talk about our public image is not an abstract. It is based on the things that Rotarians do. So it is the members that do the things that provide content for our public image. So we can't do. So my dear friends, we will never stop discussing membership. I chose this topic, membership magnet. And, you know, interestingly, after sending the topic to Busola, I saw this image that I have used a few times when I talk about membership in my file. And I started to use it as a cover because it basically covers the whole thing. And that's what a magnet does. Attract, engage, and hold, keep. And of course, by keep, we mean retain. Keep those members that we already have. As we go hunting for new members, that we must never lose sight of the fact that we must keep what we have. Because it is Rotarians who are happy in their clubs that invite other people to come and join. If you are not happy in your club, you're not going to ask anybody to join your club. It's not going to happen. Human beings do not take their friends to where they are unhappy because they are looking for a way to get out of that place. I usually start conversations with Rotarians with this because it's one of those things that we should never forget. That whatever Rotary may mean to us, to the world, it will be known by the result it achieves. And it's a quote by Paul Harris, the founder of Rotary. So whatever we say we are is basically irrelevant to the person who is not a Rotarian. What they know is what we achieve. The results are the things they see. And it is the results that make them to define us. And it is Rotarians, Rotary members, Rotarians and Rotaractors who do the things, take the actions that achieve those results by which we are defined. And I believe that every Rotarian should know this the same way we know the four-way test. We should be able to recite this at a moment's notice. And should be our guiding light that whatever this our organization may mean to us, to the world outside us, it will only be known by the results it achieves. And the second one I normally use is our vision statement, which I also think that every Rotarian should take to learn, that together, because we're talking about membership, and the first word in our vision statement is together.
Together.
One cannot be together. One person can be together. So together, we see a world where people unite, not a person. People unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves. Together, unite, take action, and create lasting change. And interestingly, President Yinka took create lasting change as the presidential message for this current year. I will share some data about your district, District 9111. I will share some data. And in those data, you will see some things that I'm sure that many of you have never seen before. I can bet you've never seen this. And you probably have never given it much thought. Even those who have seen it may have, many of those who have seen some of these data may have seen them and, didn't really sit down to think about what the message that they sent, that they broadcast. And I'll share some of those data. And the reason of sharing them is for you to have an idea of where your district is. The highs, the lows. So that we can then spend a few minutes after that to talk about how you can get to where we want to be. And let me tell you upfront, where we want to be in 2026-27 for the whole of Africa is 30% net growth. So if you look at the number of your district, you started at 2622. On 1st of July, you were 2,622 Rotarians. That by 30th of June next year, you will have added at least 30%, which should be around 700 to that number. And so that your total number on 30th of June next year will be in the neighborhood of 3,300. That's where, and that is not for 911 alone, it's for the whole of Africa. It's for every Rotary Club. So as you sit in your home or wherever, office or wherever else, think of 30% of your current club membership. Because District 911 does not admit members. It is the Rotary clubs in District 911 that will admit people, that will increase the number of the district, and then the region, and then the zone, and Rotary global. But in this year that President Yinka leads Rotary International, Africa wants to make the best of this opportunity and send a clear message and intentions going forward. And we are pushing for 30. So let's look at some of this. This is for the past 5 years, for Rotary and Rotaract in your region. And remember, when we talk, we are not talking about just Rotary and Rotaract in your district. Of course, before your district was created, 2022, 2023, it is the part of District 9110 that made up your district now. So that's what it means. So 1st of July, 2022, you had 2275, and you ended 2021 with a net gain of 418. You ended 2023, that's I'm looking at Rotary, with a net gain of 158. You ended 2024 with a net loss of 279. But you quickly recovered, and that's incredible resilience. You quickly recovered in 2025 and ended it, that is last Rotary year, with 256. As of yesterday night, your net gain this current year is 230. So you achieved a net gain of 230 in 1 month and a week. That's fantastic performance. Look at your Rotaract. Net loss 183. But the beautiful thing about Rotaract in your district is that it improved every single year. From 2022 to 2026, it improved. From minus 183 to minus 30, okay, minus 70. Basically the same thing, 34. And as of yesterday night, the net gain of Rotaract in your district was 56. And we need to look at Rotaract because, you know, Rotaract is expected to be the feeder into Rotary. And so we don't talk about growth in Rotary without factoring in Rotaractors who will transit into Rotary. And they're actually the best, easiest people because they already understand us. They already know our language. They know who we are. They know what we do. So the explanations are really not there when we want to get Rotaractors into Rotary. But you just look at your performance. First month and 1 week of this current Rotary year, you already 230. So imagine what the end of the year will be for District 9110 if you can maintain your current momentum, which includes bringing in new members, creating new clubs, and keeping the members that you already have. You'll probably be above 1,000, and that will be a grand result. Look at the number of clubs, Rotaract and Rotary in your district that have less than, for Rotary, look at the number of Rotary clubs in your district that have less than 20 members. 40.3%. Nearly half of your district has less than 20 members each. Nearly half of the clubs in your district have less than 20 members. And the club with less than 20 members is an alarm bell ringing. So almost 50% of your district, the bells must be quite loud. 40.2, 35 out of 87. Look at Rotaract. We're using 10 for Rotaract because you need 8 persons to start a Rotaract club. So 51%, more than half of the Rotaract clubs in this now 111. I mean, for Rotaract, it will look as if the fire service has set up shop in your district because the bells will be so loud. It's important you take note of this, as you'll see later. Now let's look at your termination and admission profile. Remember that the topic is attract, engage, and keep. So let's look at your attraction, how you've fared over the past 3 years. In 2024-25, you admitted a total of 681 new Rotarians. This is just Rotaract. In 2024-25, 2 years ago, you admitted a total of 681 Rotarians. But interestingly, 92 of those Rotarians were terminated in the same year they joined. Wonderful performance, 681. It's more than 30%, almost 40% of your starting number were admitted new. But 92 of them were terminated in the same year. And you have to ask yourself, what causes a Rotarian to be admitted in the same year he or she was admitted? One of the possible reasons that you need to think about as we go forward, they were admitted on credit. They didn't pay dues when they were admitted. And when they couldn't pay, they were terminated. But that is one of the most possible, easily possible reasons for this, admitting Rotarians on credit. Admitting persons into Rotary clubs on credit. 6 of them were later readmitted back. So basically you lost 86 of them. But look at the number of, 1st of July membership was 2136. Out of that 2136 that you entered 2024-25 with, you terminated 471 of them. Attract, engage, and keep. These 471 surely were not kept. Eventually, 131 of them were readmitted again. So we're looking at roughly 340. Now let's go to last 3 years. You started with 2,392. Admitted 728 new members. Beautiful attraction result. 728. So you are not doing badly at all in bringing in people into Rotary. But 82 of them were terminated within the same year they joined. They didn't do that same. 82 of them did not, 81 because one later came back. 81 of them did not celebrate their first anniversary as Rotarians. They were dropped, they were dropped within that same year. The same problem, clubs doing improper admission of members. Nobody should join a Rotary club without having paid the fees of that club. Nobody. And for club presidents and club leaders here, take this to heart. Out of the 2,392 you started with, you terminated 550, which almost canceled out the people you admitted. Just a difference of about 213. And then eventually one round, two of them came back. The current year, you started with 2622. Already, within 1 month and 1 week, you have admitted 130 new members. And that deserves applause. 130, fantastic. 1 year and one month and 1 week. Because I'm now stretching it and thinking, I'm here, allowing my mind to roam and think about July 1, the kind of result we will get from District 9111 if this continues, this trajectory continues. You've not terminated any of this 130. I hope you don't. Those who came in to the year with, out of these 2622, already 8 of them have been terminated. Then 16. So some of you may wonder, how did you terminate only 8 and readmit 16? This readmission includes some of those who were terminated in 2025-26 or 2024-25. So they are part of this 16. So when you look at this, what it basically tells you, you are doing a good job in admitting people, although it could be better, but you're doing a good job. Nobody can contest this. Well, you are not doing a very good job in the keeping. And wherever the keeping is flagging, we know that engagement is not up to par. So also look at these figures. Go to the next one. From 1st of July 2021, look at the termination profile of your district, of course, including the part of 9110 that is currently District 9111. So that's why it's from 2021, before your district was created. Look at the numbers. Those who were terminated under 1 year, that is, those who were terminated in the same year that they joined your club, were 1,071 from 2021. Those who were terminated within 1 year, they didn't do that celebrate first anniversary in Rotary. They joined this 2026-27 and were terminated before June 30 this year. 1,071. Those who spent between 1 to 2 years, who escaped the first one but couldn't do second year anniversary, were 1,043. If you look at the two figures now, that is 2,114. Remember that you started this current year with 2,622. But in the past 5 years, your members who were terminated before they did 2 years in Rotary were 1,114, 2,114. So the difference between your starting number is about 500. So imagine if those people were in your district today. You'll be hitting 5,000. Then those who have stayed 3 to 5 years, only 367. Those who have stayed 6 to 10 years, only 184. And those who have stayed more than 10 years in Rotary, 111. And so in that 5 years, your district lost a number higher than your current district number, 2,756. As of now, you're 2,700, 2,000, yeah, 700 and the less than 756. And so you lost an entire district in 5 years. Attract, engage, and keep. And so just imagine if you had kept this number. Just even imagine if you had kept half of this number and they remained in your clubs. You would then see that the number of your clubs that have less than 20 members will not be 40%, probably be in the neighborhood of 20 or 25. And that means your district will be far much stronger than it is today. No matter how strong, your district is strong, no doubt about that. It's one of the strongest in Nigeria. But no matter how strong 9111 is today, if you had kept even 50% of this number on the screen, your district will be far more stronger, and Rotary will be far more enjoyable, and the impact you create will be far more lasting. The effect on the communities that you serve will be far more significant. And the money that your members spend will be less because the more we are, we divide the labor. The less time we spend, the less money we spend. That's the reality of membership. And then also you see that if you are in this room and you are up to 3 years in Rotary, your chances of living is significantly very low. Of course, if you are more than 10 years, your chance of living is almost non-existent. It will take something very, very strong to push you out. And that tells club leaders where they need to pay attention. So for those who are leading clubs today, and those who will lead clubs tomorrow, and every Rotarian will eventually have a chance at leadership anyway. So for everybody in the room, you know where you must pay most of your attention. You see those your new members, their first 2 years is the deal breaker. How you handle them in the first 2 years tells the entire story. In fact, if we spend all year talking about how to handle Rotarians, our new members, well, our job is done. Look at the number. 2,114 under 2 years. Look at your net growth also for the past 3 years. As of this time, as of yesterday, so as of August 10th, 2024, you were at 6.41% growth, net growth. By the end of that year, you had 11.98. Remember, I told us that Africa's goal this year is 30%. Remember that as you look at this table, 30%. In 2024-25, at the end of the year, you had 11.98, which is a far cry from 30%. Last Rotary year, as of August 10, 2025, you were at 7.53 net growth, but you ended the year at 9.61, which was lower than the previous year, the preceding year. And the journey from 9.61 to 30 is very far. Currently, as of yesterday, you are at 5.57, which is lower. Although you have a net gain of 130, which is brilliant, but your net growth as of yesterday is lower than the 2 years before it. But that does not mean that your ending will be lower, no. What will determine your ending is what you do between this night and June 3rd. And you already know where to pay most attention on new Rotarians under 2 years. You can attract them and you can keep them. The job will be done. But when you look at the 30th June, just as you look at it, have 30% in your head. Because what took you to 11.8 cannot take you to 30. So there must be a paradigm shift. Whatever took you to 11.98 cannot take you. What takes you to the top of the mountain cannot take you to the moon. It's not going to happen. An off-roader can take you to the top of a mountain. An off-roader cannot take you to space. Now look at, I put this because we need to have a holistic view of membership engagement. This is the data of your Rotarians who have My Rotary account. 34% of your members do not have My Rotary account. And these are people who cannot even access the Learning Center. If 34% of Rotarians cannot access the Learning Center, they get leading. They can't even register for the RI convention on the Rotary website. They can't open the Rotary website and register for the convention. So they are not getting the full value of a Rotarian from RI. For something that does not cost money. For many districts, what happens here is that nobody remembers, which is okay. We don't really think about this much. But I want you to pay attention to it. Because when you reduce that number, you have more engaged Rotarians. Because that Rotarian can go to a club meeting or come to a session like this, finish and say, let me even check this out. Go to the Learning Center and take something. And for me, the Learning Center is one of the greatest benefits I've seen in being a Rotarian. but 34% of your members are are deprived. So whoever is responsible, the membership team should pay attention to this, because all it takes is an email. For club presidents, what we do in my club, somebody comes with a laptop to the meeting and they say, if we check out those who are not on my Rotary, and they sit down, create my Rotary account for them right there and then, no long story. When I was governor, we dropped it to, I think, 6% in my district. Something you need to remember and think of. Just share this for you to remember one of the things we overlook, but which can actually have an impact on how we grow. This is for Rotaract. Interestingly, Rotaract is performing better than Rotary in this, because Rotaract is just 20.2%, which is good. But I also think they should drop it to less than 5%, if not entirely. So as of yesterday, you have 146 net gain. So I don't really want to spend time on this. This for Rotaract. As of yesterday, your Rotaract had 8 net gain. Okay, as long as they're growing. Now look at this. A wise man said that to a seller who has no destination, that no wind is favorable. If a seller enters a ship and there's no destination in mind, you can't say that this wind is favorable, because a favorable wind is the one that helps you to get to a predetermined end. But you don't have a predetermined end, so how can that seller say the wind is favorable? 51 of 87 clubs in your district, 86 clubs, do not have membership goals set as of yesterday. If they do not have membership goals set, where are they going? Because the goal is where we want to get to. We set a goal and say, this year, we want to get to this point, and that motivates us to do everything possible to get to that point. But 51 of 86 or 87 clubs we have do not have membership goals set on my Rotary. So where are they going? How can they measure their performance? So membership chair, I think you have a conversation and you have your sessions tomorrow. I think it's one of the things you need to get the club presidents and membership chairs of clubs to take them. Because for these 36 clubs, where exactly are they going? Is our vision for this year that we are shooting for 30%? Because they are not part of that vision. They are not even part of a 5% vision. So whatever they achieve this year is going to be happenstance, luck. And luck can only take one so far. So let's help them. Perhaps they don't remember, perhaps they've forgotten, perhaps they don't even know what to do. And that is our job, to support them and help them, guide them to know what to do so that they can give the best that they are capable of doing. Your district is 32% female, beautiful, no quarrels there. Under 40 years in your district, you have only 15%, 15.5, or 16%. Under 40. In Nigeria, with its very high youthful population, that's low. So for Rotary clubs, that's a gap that when we fill, we'll come closer to 30%. Alumni membership, 3.6%. Of course, you know, Rotaract, former Rotaractors, former Peace Corps fellows, former program participants, we can look for and get into Rotary. But let's pay attention to item 2, under age 40. It's an easy, what we call in my club, a low-hanging fruit. Those are low-hanging fruits for you, where I think you should pay more attention this year so that you can fill up those numbers. And of course, bring a lot more energy to your club anyway, because young people come with a lot of ideas and a lot of energy. We know that already. Average club size in your district is 31, which is fantastic for a club with almost 50% under 20. It means that you have some very big clubs that equalized the ones alone, because Rotary International's average club size is 32. So you are within that shooting range. So thumbs up. Of course, we expect you to get better before the end of this Rotary year. You've done a lot, but like I say, Rotary is not about what we've done. Rotary is about what we can achieve together. Now, what we've done it. Since 1905, we've been doing things. What would we do together? And how would we get the people that will form that togetherness, that unity, that will help us to do this, to achieve these things? If you finish your wellness center, a project that is truly after my heart, if you finish that project, and I'm looking forward to the celebration, and you don't have members to celebrate with DG Bukola, people. So how do you get these people? Yeah, I coined this out from, there's a foundation stuff that I use and coined this out. I call it the ACRE. And that's identified. We have already done one. We have already identified under 40s. We've done that already. You are low on under 40s. So we've already identified. But the point is that membership attraction is not something that happens on its own. It's something that you do intentionally, deliberate measures. So a club president says, we are looking for members. Who do we want? In a particular year, my club said, we want medical doctors because we do a lot of medical projects, but we don't have a medical doctor. Who do you want in your club? You have to identify who you want. You don't just want people. You want people who can, for instance, you want people who can afford to pay the dues of your club. And that's number one, really. Because if they can't afford to pay the dues, what are they doing in your club? Yeah. So you want people who can afford to pay your dues. You want people who are passionate about serving their communities and other communities. You want people who can be friendly. You want people who can bring value to your club. And you want people that your club can impact. Remember that the vision statement said, create lasting change, act in ourselves. You want people that your club can create lasting change in their personal lives and their families and their workplace. So you identify first. When you have identified the kind of people you want, and your members who are your foot soldiers know who you want, the next thing is to cultivate. One of the mistakes we make in Rotary is that we go to work and say to your work colleague, come and join Rotary. And you talk and talk and talk and talk and explain and explain and explain. Sometimes they join, sometimes they don't. And sometimes they join and jump out immediately. And they make up that 2,000 and something that we lose under 2 years. Cultivate, I call it engagement before commitment. Invite this your friend. You are not inviting the person to join Rotary. You are inviting the person to come and share fellowship with you. The same way I will invite a friend to come and share a drink with me in my favorite bar or somewhere. Or maybe I invite somebody to come to my religious place of worship for an evening of songs or worship or whatever it is. The same way I'm going to a football match and I invite a friend to come and watch the match with me. I'm not asking the friend to come and play. Invite this friend to share this evening with you in your way. This place that you go every week, once a week, you go there, has become really your watering hole. Come and spend evening with me in my club. Or we are commissioning, we did such and such for this community. We're handing it over tomorrow. Would you care to join me? Get these people. In fact, I remember one member that I did this with, and he joined us later. I took him to a district conference. I invited him to a conference. It wasn't a Rotarian. I invited him to a conference. Could be your event tomorrow in Abeokuta. We are going for, join me. Cultivate these people so that they get membership experience even before they join. And many times, from my own personal experience, and I'm sure a few other people will have that same experience, these people will ask you, how do you join Rotary? You don't even need to ask, they will pop the question themselves. They will say, John, but how can one join this your club? Those are keepers. You see those people, they are keepers. But when they come, they stay. And then it is from there that you go to recruitment. And of course, during cultivation, you start the onboarding. Although you are not sure they will join, but you start the onboarding because you don't pay money to onboard people. How do you welcome them at meetings? Do they come to fellowship and sit on one corner when you are not available? Because sometimes your friend will come to fellowship and you are not there. What would the other members of the club do? Do they say that Busola is not at meeting and Busola's guest sits in one corner? Nobody talks to him or her. After fellowship, the person stands up and leaves, and nobody cares. Nobody asks as if a guest was at the meeting. It's part of the things you do during cultivation. How do you welcome this? How do you make them feel? Do you make them feel that this is a family that they want to be? I invited an elderly man to my club once, a retiree. Just come and share fellowship. The one fellowship, the first fellowship he came to my club, as we were leaving, he asked me how people join this my club. And he said something that I never forgot. He said, Nze, it is time I make some new friends. That, at this age, many of our friends are no longer available. And I think, what gave this man the impression from about 1 hour he spent in a Rotary Club of Transamadi Fellowship that this is where he wants to have friends in? Something gave him that impression. In 1 hour, he already decided, crystallized his emotions, and decided that this is where I want to have friends. That's what cultivation does. I didn't invite him to join Rotary. When I called him, I said, come and share. I know you're at home. Come, let's go for my club fellowship. Of course, my intention was to bring him into Rotary. I never talked about joining. Because he may have found an excuse. He will think I want to drag him into what he doesn't understand. So even before knowing Rotary, he starts making excuses. And then you recruit the person. Don't joke with mentorship. Or in East Africa, they have body systems that work beautifully well. I think they should do that in Ghana a lot. Create body systems. Smaller clubs within, it's not this clique thing we talk about, it's not negative. Smaller club within a club. After you recruit, it's part of engagement. Assign that person to a responsibility. I think it was Jennifer Jones, former RI president, current trustees chair, that said that if you want your children to be responsible, give them responsibilities. Yeah, it was Jennifer Jones. So if you want your members to be engaged,
yes, she said it.
To be the best they can be, assign roles to them. Don't second guess. I've seen Rotary clubs where somebody said, oh, no, she's a judge, she's very busy. Who told you? How do you know who is busy and who is not? And we do it in our clubs. We guess for people, we second guess, we judge for our members and determine how busy they are and that they will not be able to do so, and we don't give them. And they joined Rotary because they were looking for a place to do big things bigger than them. And we deny them that opportunity because we believe that they are big people who don't want to do anything. And after 6 months, 1 year, they start questioning their reason for being there because they are wasting their time. So they stop coming. So once you get a new member, find something and then check in. Don't just give responsibility. And I'm talking about the presidents and membership chairs now of clubs. When you check in, ask questions. How are you? You can do these 30, 60, 90-day check-ins. On the 90th day, invite this person to membership committee or at a club meeting, call them to the side and talk. How are you? What are you feeling? Is there something you wanted to see that you're not seeing in this club? Let's not be afraid to get feedback from people. We can't live life running away from feedback because feedback is what gets us better. Sometimes they will say things that are not Rotary. For instance, they say, oh, I noticed that Andy's mom died and you didn't give him 1 million naira. We're not a social club. It is that opportunity that you have to explain to the person what Rotary is. But if you don't ask that question, you will never know. And this person will be full of doubt, full of questions, but no opportunity to ask. Because they are afraid to approach the president. The president is this big person that wears something on his or her neck and drinks and holds a gavel and he's the bear. And so they're afraid to come to the president. So somebody needs to open that opportunity for them. That's one of the reasons we lose new members. So engage them. Hold their hand. You don't tell them you can make up by going to other Rotary clubs. They will not go to other Rotary clubs meetings because they are scared. They don't know them. So what if I want to attend a Rotary club meeting somewhere and I say, John or Tunde or Yemisi, I'm going to this, will you care to join me? They will jump at the opportunity because they have a cover. You give them confidence. After you've taken them to that other Rotary Club once, twice, they start going on their own and they start expanding their network and start enjoying the social networking part of our organization. The things that took us to the mountain cannot take us to the moon. If we want to get to 30%, we must be crazily intentional. If clubs give up to half of the attention we give to projects to membership, we'll give you 40%. Because our presidents think that Rotary is just about project. It is not. It is the members that drive the projects. And so clubs will have to give this very serious attention. Membership is something you need to talk about every single meeting. Don't say, look at each member get one. Is it difficult for 20 people to get 20 members? No. Many clubs have doubled in the past. One of the persons here, Ken, as president, last 2 years, 2024-25, he started as president as 38 members. They ended at 92 or 90 or 92. In 1 year, they are 95 today, that Rotary Club. But 2024-25, they were 38. My current governor, when he was president of his club, he doubled the membership from 21 to 42. It's doable. Because don't say invite members. No. Call people. Ayaba, will you bring us one member? Yes. Nze, will you bring us one member? Yes. Personal commitments always works better than generalized. Every member, DG Bukola said we should do each member get one. Every member bring one member. No. Call people, get personal commitments. All of them will not deliver, but at least they will try. And what happens is that Ayaba that is bringing one is not stopping at one. So maybe she gets 5 and Nze doesn't get one. The her 5 equalizes the one I didn't get. So at the end of the day, you double your membership. So don't take it as a joke. Engagement is the key to retention. Club experience is based on engagement. How do members feel when you're leaving the club? Even your meetings. I've been to Rotary Club meetings where, more than I care to count, where the president comes in late, 30 minutes after the meeting ought to start, president just throws in like there's no tomorrow. And then president sits down and starts a conference with the secretary. What are we discussing today? Members are sitting looking, guests who believe that Rotary is a serious organization are they looking at them? What do we discuss today? Last week, did we say he'll write it down? Okay, district conference is coming. Let's write it down. Polio chair said last week about we'll talk about polio.
No agenda.
While the meeting in front of the members, the president could not take 5 minutes at home to scribble agenda for a meeting. And you expect that those guests who were told that we are serious-minded people will come back. No, probably will not come back. Even some of your members will be so infuriated. Like President Yinka loves to say, leaders love to be led. See, leaders love to be led. And once leaders find out that you are not qualified to lead them, they bail out. Because they know leadership. They lead, so they know leadership. They understand it. And so if you're leading them, they want to see it. And Rotary is a club, organization of leaders with one leader leading them. So once that leader drops the ball, church don't dismiss. So presidents who are here, pay attention to your club. A Rotary Club meeting should not be a burden. It should be elevating. It should be something that makes you feel excited. And when you are leaving, walking out of the door, you will already be thinking of the next week. That is why when you are at work, you're looking at your watch when it's time for your meeting. I don't miss my club meetings. It's rare for me. Wherever I am in this world, at 12:30 p.m. on Tuesday, I will feel that thing in my body that I'm missing something. New members bring energy, ideas, they are new ideas, they're assets. But the retained members are those who provide continuity. They're who know what happened 5 years ago and how you did it and how you can improve it. They know what had gone wrong 10 years ago. And they keep your club institutional memory. And they are the people. The retained members are those who bring in the new members. Because they are the happy people. Happy people are the retained people. So who are retaining them? And those who live out of anger, I always say, look, some must leave Rotary. That's compulsory. People will leave. People will lose their job. People will get tired. People's spouse will want them out of Rotary. People's office work will become complicated. They can't make out the time. Some leave. And some can just, for whatever reason, not be able to afford Rotary anymore. That's also say, okay, they will leave. But don't allow them to live in a state of anger. Always make every exit cordial. That is why RI recommends exit interviews, so that our exits will be cordial. And so that when the situation improves, the person can walk back in without any element of embarrassment or shame. But those who live with anger destroy our organization. Because one James sees Angela and says, my friend invited me to Rotary. I knew you used to, probably work in the same office. I know you used to be a Rotarian. What do you, is that, should I say yes? So Angela will say his. Give one long his and say those useless people. Don't go there. They badmouth us something that's very bad. So make the exits cordial as much as possible, so that when they will know that we are a caring organization. And the same thing with new clubs. I've seen some people say, oh, why are we creating new clubs when we have struggling clubs? What is the business of a new club with a struggling club? A club is a new club. A struggling club is a struggling club. If you don't create the new club, will the people who have been charter members join that struggling club? No. So what's the complaint? But it's something that Rotarians, even some of our senior leaders, hold so tightly. They say, oh, why are you creating new clubs? Oh, they say they will remember somebody who created 15 clubs and 5 were later terminated. What of the 10? So why are you fixated on the 5? What of the 10? Doing great things for their communities. So you can't grow Rotary without new clubs. You cannot. Because we must provide opportunities for those who cannot join the existing club. And at every time, there are people who cannot join the existing clubs at every time. Your club, was it the first Rotary club? Ask yourself that question. The club you belong to today, was it the first Rotary? Was it Rotary Club of Chicago 1? It's not. Was it the first club in District 9111? No. Was it the first in Nigeria? No. Was it the first in your locality? No. So how come you are in that club and not in the ones before it? Because there are people who want to do Rotary on Thursday night. That's the only time they can do Rotary. No matter how much they love Rotary, they cannot join if there is no Thursday night club. There are people who don't drive at night. So they want to work from their home. They come back from work from their home to the meeting venue and come back. They will never join Rotary if they have to drive at night. They don't have a driver. Even if they have a driver, they think that security is not so as it should be. So they don't want to drive at night. But they can work within their environment, their state. There are people who work in big organizations, teaching hospitals, who cannot afford the time to go out, but they want to meet inside a teaching hospital. So they can't join Rotary ever if you don't create a corporate club within the environment that they work and exist. What of those who can only have time in the morning? How many breakfast clubs do you have in Nigeria? I don't think they're up to 10. And it means that those who can only meet in the morning cannot join us. My club is a lunchtime club. If it wasn't existing when I joined Rotary, I would not be a Rotarian. I will not join a night club. Nowhere I will join a night club, a night Rotary club. We're 111 members. 95% of us joined for the simple reason that I missed in the afternoon. So why are there no more lunch clubs? Are we the only people in Port Harcourt who want to meet at lunch? No. They can't be hung around with them. So think about that in your neighborhood, in your district. Dues, I won't spend time on this. But don't give your members the impression that dues are a burden. Sometimes the way we drive dues, we make it as if it's a burden. Dues are an investment every Rotarian makes an impact. This impact that President Yinka wants you to create one that's lasting, dues are the investments we make in them. So Rotarians need to understand why we pay. It's not a punishment. And the way you, as president, communicates this decides everything. And as I close, my dear friends, this is for club presidents. It's for club presidents. Lead with humility. Presidents that don't lead with humility have cost us an untold measure of grief. Lead with humility. Listen more than you talk and remember why we serve. Let that be your motivation, that we serve to make life better in our communities. Simple. Presidents and president-elects and president nominees, hold this to your heart. Why we serve, so that it will be your motivation to moderate yourself in the club you lead, so that you don't become the reason that members leave, that we lost 2,000 and something members in under 2 years of membership. Let it not be said that it was because of your leadership. And this is why we serve. You see a man wearing jacket and suit and tie, you think all is well with him. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. As it is said, eyes don't lie. Look at his eyes. It is for people like this that we serve. It's for people like this woman with her empty shelf that we serve. Looking so totally woebegone. That's why we serve. And that's why we need to do our best to keep our members, to keep our club strong, so that we can create lasting impact in the lives of these people, who are our brothers, our sisters, our cousins, our aunts, our in-laws, our friends, our neighbors, our community people, our village people, our town folks. I mean, that's what it is. That's why we serve. Nothing else. Our power is not that we witness suffering. No, we ignite change. Your wellness center, I'll go back to that again. I love that project. It's because you didn't just witness suffering. You want to ignite change. That's what we do. And that is enough reason for us to want to grow. Even if for nothing else, knowing that if we have more people, we can raise more money and we can ignite lasting change. It's enough for us to grow. To make 9111, that when we publish the top 10 at the end of this year, that 9111 will be among the top 5. That's my dream for your district, and it's doable. You have all the resources to do it, all the capabilities, the people. You are in Lagos, the center of excellence. So ask yourself these questions, my dear friends. Based on what we have said this night, are there things you need to stop doing, hampering the growth of your club? Are there things you need to do more of to encourage, promote growth? Are there things you need to start doing to encourage growth? It's a personal question that you take, every one of us. I always ask it because for me, it defines the whole thing. It takes the conversation away from talk to personal commitment and to change, to become better, to be part of that mass of people that will change 9111 and make it the district that it was created to be. So this week, if you're from tomorrow, the next 1 week, invite one potential member to experience Rotary's magic firsthand, either through your fellowship, through your project, through your Abeokuta membership seminar, through your social event. Could even be a member's daughter's wedding, whatever, member's wedding or whatever it is. But where your members gather, let them expand to experience Rotary's magic. Because truly, my dear friends, Rotary does perform magic. That was why we had the presidential message, the magic of Rotary. Let them start experiencing it. Everybody wins when Rotary grows. Me, you, my neighbor, my friend, my co-worker, every single person wins. Nobody loses when we grow. So why don't we grow? Thank you.
Thank you very much, my regional membership coordinator, Pastor. Past District Governor Nze Anizo. What a wonderful presentation. Very impactful. Thank you, sir. I believe we can afford to take one or two questions. But before we go into that, let me recognize our district leaders who are on this call. I believe I can see our own Assistant Regional Membership Coordinator, our own Kosheleri, past District Governor Omotunde Lawson. You're recognized, ma.
Thank you.
I can also see our district membership chair, past District Governor Remi Bello. You're welcome, sir. I think I can see past District Governor Irresistible Year, Wole Kukoyi, and other district leaders that are on this call. Thank you very much. Now we can take 2 or 3 questions. Please, if you have any question, you can indicate by raising your hands. We will see you, we will pick you to ask a question. Thank you very much. It is time for questions, please. Please, if you want to ask any question, raise your hands. It's looking more like nobody wants to ask any question. Okay. Oh, okay. One person has raised hands. Please, can we have you, please? Ask your question. Can you hear me, please, fellow Rotarians?
Yes, we can hear
We
you.
can hear you, my DS. We can hear you.
Okay. Doyin Adebayo, can we have you? Adebayo Doyin, let's have you, please. Thank you. Please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Sorry, I do not have a question. I'll just thumb in up that I can hear you. Thank you.
All right, good. Then Irene Evelyn. Irene Evelyn, can we have you, please?
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. My question is in 2 parts, and it might sound a bit funny, but it's actually not funny. It's about mentoring, because like you mentioned, I know that mentoring is very, very important. And this is my question. In Rotary, how long does one mentor someone? That's one. And the second part of the question is, if you are assigned a mentor and you feel you're not getting that vibes, you're not getting it from that mentor, are you allowed to sack that mentor and get someone else? That's my question. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question. Can we, my PDG, I think let's pick all the questions and
all
then.
Right. Okay, thank you. That's okay.
Let's have you, Jennifer. Jennifer, unmute yourself. Okay, my PDG, it looks like Jennifer.
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. Mentorship in Rotary is basically like mentorship any other place, and most times it's believed that somebody who has undergone mentoring for 3 years should have got some. But mentorship can be for life, really. There's no law that says you can't have a mentor for the rest of all of your Rotary life. I've been in Rotary for 26 years. I still have persons I regard as my mentors in Rotary till today. So that's that about that. Can you sack your mentor? Well, considering you didn't appoint the person, I wonder how you can sack. But that's a joke. But seriously, if it's not working out for you and the person the club assigned to you as a mentor, you can approach the president and ask to have a new mentor. It doesn't mean anything. It's in my club, we've had people who say they don't want their mentor and they've stayed and it's not working or they're not getting the value they thought mentorship should give them. And the president will assign somebody else to them. So you can say, President, you are not, because if you are not getting the value, then there's no mentoring. You're just self-deception. So you can approach the president and request that give you somebody else. And then you can keep. Mentorship relationship depends on the mentor and the mentee. How long it lasts depends on the two of them. No Rotary Club is going to say, John, you are done with mentoring. You can't have a mentor again. Once he's been appointed, it basically becomes a personal thing between the two of these persons. How long it lasts. I still have mentors up to today who do different things that mentors do that. So I hope that answered your question.
Thank you, sir.
And somebody else, any other person who knows more about mentorship can actually, it's not just me, can actually chime in on this question. Yeah. Thank you.
Jennifer, looks like you've unmuted. Can we have your question, please?
Okay. Good evening. Sorry, I have a problem with my light over here. My question is, I'm intending Rotarian. A new person trying to be a Rotarian. I want to see, I don't know how to join or how to join, which area. I live at Isolo. Can I join my catchment area or do I have to, I don't know. How can I join? How will I see? I don't know the Rotarian club around my area. I live at Isolo.
Then the governor is there to address that.
Okay, I think my district governor is here. May I invite my district governor to respond to this question?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I believe you must be one of the, we recently opened a platform where we put intending Rotarians. I believe you are from that platform.
Yes,
which is why you're able to, which is why you're able to join. We're trying to, there is a Rotary Club of Isolo. Okay. But what we're trying to do currently, and of course, the DMC is also on the platform right now. He has joined us and is also on the platform that was created, putting new Rotarians together. We're going to allocate clubs to our intending Rotarians that will be close either to your office, to your workplace, or to your homes. It depends on when the club that we will allocate to you, when they meet, we look at when you're free to attend meetings, where the area that is closest to you, your office or your residence, that's what we look at. We're still looking at all those ones. We will still get back to you, to everyone.
All right.
We have collated a list of our intending Rotarians. What we have done is to open a platform that we put all intending Rotarians to, because we've been getting, we've been getting a lot of interest shown from TikTok, from Facebook. So what we're doing is collating them for now. We will get back to you. And my DMC has raised his hand. He wants to put his voice to that as well, since he's the one in charge of membership. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Thank you.
My DMC, sir.
Thank you very much, my DG. I want to thank our guest speaker tonight, Rotarian Nze Arinzo, who could have done it better. the Rotary membership coordinator himself. You've done wonderfully well tonight. You've given us several statistics that talk to the essence of membership. The area I want to address are two. The first one has to do with mentorship. Mentorship is not for life. It's different from being a model. Mentorship is for specific time period, between 6 and 12 months maximum. The idea of it is to get the new Rotarian, new member integrated into Rotary. There is a manual to that effect that you can read. And the mentor owes it a duty to introduce new members to ethos of Rotary, how things are done, the significance of things we do in Rotary, so that that person will not continue to see himself like a stranger in the family. So I, like you said, the Rotarian Rotary coordinator, Inze, that we should add a voice. That's the voice I want to add to mentoring. And like you said, a mentee can request for a change of his mentor or a mentor if he or she is not getting results. Like I said, it's a time band. It's within 6 and 12 months. After 12 months, you are no more mentee. You are a full member, former mentor. That's how it is. You are not a mentor for life. If you want to have mentor for life, that's another thing. But for Rotary, you are meant to become a full-fledged Rotarian. You are no longer a mentee. You too should grow to become a mentor. That is the mentor program. On the, we call it lead program, membership lead. That is the introduction from RI, where would-be prospects are sent to us, like the DG said. We are having a program whereby we are going to invite these prospective members. We've got a platform where we are putting them to. I want to assure you we will soon get in touch with you to invite you for a discussion and see where your interest lies. And lastly, he said something, that's a coordinator. If you are not well integrated, the first 1 year, you are likely to give up. But we are planning, like I said at the meeting we had last night, most clubs, it's like you joining an organization. You don't just join and they just put you to your work. They have what is called an induction and orientation. Most clubs don't do that. In addition to the mentorship, we should have a formal orientation whereby we are going to address new members that are joining us. We are planning that every month we will be having orientation for those that joined the previous month, so that we will give them a warm welcome. And like you said, if they are able to survive the first 2 years, you can be very sure they are likely to go to the third year. At the moment they are enjoying it, they become people like us. I want to thank you once again for your time, my DG, and the Rotary membership attraction chair. Thank you for this session. Have a good night from my end, unless I'm called again. Thank you. Hello?
There's one more hand up, Maureen Okoli. Secretary, please. Yes.
Hello, I can hear you. I can hear you, ma. PhD Busola, I'm asking if we can still afford to take 1 or 2 questions. I can see
maybe
hands.
Just one more. No, maybe just one more.
Okay, Maureen, let's have you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir, for this impactful training seminar. My question is, my name is Maureen Okoli from Amuwo Prestige, Rotary Club of Amuwo Prestige. My question is, what should a Rotary Club do when it has a member who is very, very active? The person is committed and very hardworking, but the person is genuinely unable to pay their dues, maybe like after 2 years of paying dues. And the person is genuinely not able to pay their dues due to financial difficulties. And it is very clear that the person might not be able to pay or afford to pay the dues for the next 3 years. Should the club ask the person to leave, or what should someone do? Thank you.
My regional coordinator.
Thank you very much, Maureen. It's a question that Rotary clubs ask quite a lot of times. Everything about membership in a Rotary club, admission of new members, the listing of existing members, rests entirely on the board of directors of that club. Everything about membership in a Rotary club concerning bringing people in or sending people away rests entirely on the board of directors. So you talked about value somebody brings to a club. One of the things you will need to note when you're taking that decision is that for every member of a Rotary club, the club will pay RI dues per capita on behalf of that member. The club will pay the district dues on behalf of that member. Of course, the club can easily waive its own portion of the dues, but the club must know that these two have to be paid. And that will actually inform the decision the board takes. The RI rule says that if a member has not paid due, in the past, the rule was that if a member doesn't pay dues, the membership of that person shall be terminated. But over time, that language changed. The current language is that the board of directors may terminate the membership. And so this shows you that it is entirely within the prerogative discretion of the board of directors. But what I just did was to tell you one of two things that the board must bear in mind, which will inform the decision it will take, based on the value that you have said the member brings. Sometimes people pay dues for other Rotarians. I've seen that happen. Somebody says, in my club, there's a member that ought to be terminated, and somebody says, no, in fact, he does this and does that, and does this person does this and does that and does that. We need to keep them in the club. It's been done. But it is something that the board will have to decide. So there's no law. The point I want to understand is that there's no law that says you must open the door, kick the person on the backside, and throw them out. It is up to your board of directors. And it's not something a president will do. And this is important. It's not something a president of a club will sit down and say, I'm terminating somebody or I'm leaving this person. The board of directors of the club will have to sit down and determine the membership of the member or any other member for whatever else reason, except in instances where Rotary International Board of Directors actually terminates members, but it's not this kind of situation. Terminates membership. Every other thing depends on the board. So you decide whether the value this person brings can be equated to the amount of money that they ought to pay you. And so you can say, okay, let's say that this person is here and the payment of this person in terms of dues is in kind, in terms of service. But remember also that this is a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope because what you do for one, you will have to do for another under the same circumstances. So when you take that decision, let's say you decide to keep without payment for 3 years, remember that tomorrow or next 2 years, there will be another person in that situation. And you will have to remember the precedents you have already set and act in like manner. Because they are part of the things that destroy Rotary clubs. If you do for one, and refuse to do for another under the same circumstances. My club has left a member for 3 years. The dues were not waived. Great value, but ran into problems with the company he's a contractor, does job with. And he explained to the board, and the board understood and said, we know what is going on between you and your clients. We left him alone. He was coming to meeting happy. He never felt discomfort among Rotarians. For 3 years, he did not pay club dues, but the dues were not waived. After 3 years, his matter with his vendor, with his clients were settled. They paid him his money. He came to our club, cleared his dues, and continued enjoying Rotary and doing the things he was doing. So, you know, these are things you treat on individual basis, but it's up to the board of your club to know what they will do. I think that's all I can say on this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my PDG. Before I will invite the Assistant Regional Membership Coordinator, may I respectfully invite our DG for 1 or 2 parting shots. My DG.
Thank you so much, my DES. My PDGs that have joined online, our facilitator. What a wonderful session. It's always a pleasure to hear you talk passionately about membership. Always a pleasure, sir. And you have challenged us again tonight. And I believe we're living here, not only informed, but motivated and ready to perform. I believe so. You have talked about, I think you call it ICRE.
Yes.
For us to identify,
ICRE,
cultivate,
yeah.
yes, cultivate, recruit, and of course, engage.
Yes.
And we mustn't also forget that we must start new clubs. It's not negotiable. So now, please, our fellow Rotarians, no more theory, no more. Don't let us close this Zoom meeting and say, what wonderful session. What a wonderful speaker. And then we go back to sleep. The question is, what are you going to do differently tomorrow? That is the question we have to ask. And I believe that our impact presidents, they're also online tonight. If you are not online, you have missed. My presidents, if you have not yet set your goals, your membership goals, because he said it, 57 of our club didn't set goals. Didn't set. So please go online and set them right now. Not tomorrow, not next week. I mean now. Because if we leave it, we will forget again. If you don't set a goal, how will you know whether you are performing or you are just enjoying Rotary Fellowship? You know, that is it. Our facilitator has given us the tools. The challenge has been thrown at us, all of us, including our PDGs. Now it is time to deliver. And remember, membership is everybody's business. Don't leave it to your club membership chair. Don't leave it to your president. They can't do everything. They cannot. So remember, we're all ambassadors. Our presidents are not magicians. And of course, membership chairs cannot perform miracles alone. So before you sleep tonight, before you go back to sleep, you have to think this through. Look through your phone numbers. Look at people that you can invite to Rotary. There is somebody there, out there, who should be a Rotarian. Call them, invite them, bring them. You know, my challenge has changed. Initially, it used to be each one bring one. But PDG Nze has challenged us now. It's no longer each one bring one. It is each one bring more, engage more, and keep more. And please, where we are opening the door to new members, please let us make sure that the back door is firmly closed, meaning that retention matters a lot. Thank you to our wonderful facilitator, Rotarian PDG Nze. All my PDGs online, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. My DMC, our regional membership chair, thank you so much for being online tonight. Our organizer, Rotarian Busola Shatui, thank you so much. And every Rotarian who has joined tonight. The seminar may be ending, but the real work starts right now. We need to grow our clubs. We need to grow our district. Most importantly, we need to grow our main body, Rotary International. And together, we must continue to create lasting impacts. Good night, everyone. Thank you. And again, my president, please go and set those goals now. Thank you.
Thank you, our delectable district governor. It is now time for closing remarks. And on that note, may I invite our own Assistant Regional Membership Coordinator, past District Governor Omotunde Lawson, to do that.
Thank you very much, our District Executive Secretary. My District Governor, Rotarian Bukola Bakare. I only wish that you are still around to listen to this closing remark and to know how we are solidly behind you and the goals that we have set.
I'm right here, ma.
Oh, please, I want you to listen with rapt attention. Our facilitator, for those who are online, if you don't know this man, you are meeting this man whose second name is membership. Membership, Nze Anizo. And that is the truth. I cannot see someone who has ever delivered successfully to have made impact in growing membership as this man. I am so delighted to have met you as a person. So stepping into your shoes next year, I'm still thinking, but I know you are there to guide. My DMC, PDG Remi Bello. PDG Satri who put this program together. All our governors in the house, all our presidents, the impact, in quotes, impact presidents who are online. I say good evening to you all. My DMC and my governor, this same time yesterday, we were together as a team on membership of District 9111. I don't think my governor was even aware of that. Yesterday, we called for a meeting of the membership team.
And 9112.
911 and 9112. It was a full house with our DMCs and all membership subcommittee chairs, engagement, attraction, membership lead, income development. It was a full house. And what did we discuss? We brainstormed. We didn't just discuss. We look at where we are, where we are coming from, where we are, and where we should be. What are the obstacles? What do we have to clear from the road so that we will meet the goal the district set, 700 members, even more, and also meet the zone of zone 22 in terms of membership. We identified issues that probably could militate against growth, just like our guest speaker has said tonight. And there was a particular one that I want to emphasize now. For the purpose of all our club presidents here seated. In fact, the guest speaker says something like that. He said, 34% have no Rotary account. But I want to say that one thing that I have identified, or probably that all of us at the meeting yesterday spoke about, was the fact that many of our club presidents don't report their newly inducted member. I am sure that if all of them are done so far, the net gain we have recorded so far will be much more than what we have. So if they are not reported, how would they have a Rotary account when they cannot even do anything? So that is one thing we have identified, that our team as one team of both districts will work against. And I can assure you, our guest speaker, the DMC himself, I'm sure of my own 9111 because I've worked with him to recall, he recorded the highest number net gain in 2020-2021 when he was district governor and was singled out by Shatta Mehta at Eastern Convention. He knew how to do it then. He still knows how to do it. He still has the magical touch to do this. So I'm happy that we're going to work with him in 9111. No doubt about that. He has his plans. He has set his goals. The goals are achieving results. And we will not even wait on 700 because we know what we have been given as a target to meet. We will surpass that. And I'm sure of that. I'm very, very sure that that goal will be met. So on that note, all presidents in the house, we cannot do it alone. We're going to support you. But let's be transparent enough, whatever we are doing. And that is when we can also assist you. For the weak clubs, we have seen those who have volunteered to say, yes, I don't mind, I want to support weak clubs. I'm going to tell my president, my DG, if you said that they want to do something to help the weak clubs, you can engage some people too and make them be very useful to us in terms of waking up our weak clubs. So that's what I want to say for tonight. DMC, yes, the year will end well. Our DG, be rest assured that we are solidly behind you. My duty as ARMC is to support the governor and this membership chair to ensure that we grow membership, not take over their responsibility, but to support and bring in ideas that we have shared, that we have imported from other districts as we got to know about them at our own regional meetings. That's the excess. Sharing ideas and brainstorming on new practices, and then it'll be best for us to grow our membership. So I want to thank you, Mayoga, RMC, Zianizo, once again, for being who you are. You are evergreen when we talk about membership delivery, evergreen. Thank you for being here tonight. My DG, go and sleep. The goals are achieved already. Go to sleep. Yes. Thank you very much.
But may I say something? May I please say something about social media?
Yeah.
It is working. I've been posting some things on membership. I've been doing that 2-3 times a day on TikTok. And the response, unbelievable. From Friday till today, I've received over 100 people saying they want to join Rotary, sending their details because we created an email address for them to send a link. Please, let club presidents make use of social media to invite members to their club. It is working. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And sorry, before finally, just 1 minute. In addition, please, my secretary, in addition, I also want all clubs to turn their events, especially all this installation where we have a lot of guests who don't even know how to join Rotary. They love what they see when they come for, what they saw when they come for installation ceremonies, but the thought is so far. Getting to be a member is so difficult. Let's have membership call at our events meeting. Go to all the events like that with your club details. And like the DMC said, and there's some in the pipeline they're preparing for such occasions. I'm sure they're going to work for us as a district. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma. It is now time to invite the man with the magical touch to deal with our membership challenges. in our dear district. I want to now invite the district membership chair, past district governor Remi Bello, to handle the appreciation and closing. Thank you, sir. My PDG, sir.
Is it still there? Let's check. I'm sure. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, it's here. All right.
I was muted earlier on. Yes, my district governor, Bukola Bakari, like President Tinubu will say, ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀. Not that kind of ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, but the real ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀. We are out, we are set. Everybody is on it. You can be very sure we shall succeed. And we started very well. And I wish you end very well. Our Rotary coordinator membership coordinator, Rotary and Nze and Nizo. Very amiable personality, who knows his onion. We've our path has crossed on several occasions, and I've seen how thorough you are, how genuine you are. You have exhibited that tonight. You have displayed that. My Kosheleri, thank you very much for the initiative of last night. I believe it will go a long way. We have it back to back. It can be better than what we are having now. I want to thank you most sincerely. The attraction committee chair who put this together, I want to thank you for this initiative. This is the entry to membership, and you have showed that. And others, I believe, will follow. And time will tell. I assure you that. We shall today, like you can even confirm, almost all the day we work on membership. I mean, you and myself and the attraction committee chair on what we are going to do, because we realize that we are guilty of one thing, like the coordinator said himself. We just use mouth to invite people. We are not practical. We are not pragmatic about it. We believe we should be practical. We believe we should be pragmatic. So we are coming up with the card we call it's not a new card. It has always been there. Be My Guest card that is going to be introduced across the district and is going to be monitored, not just given out. I recognize you. I also recognize our PDGs across districts. I saw PDG Ayo Yedokun and a host of others. I recognize, we thank you most sincerely. We thank you for the interest you have shown in growing membership, most especially in the impact year. The RI president we have has always been the performer, and he has shown that and is displaying that across the globe. We cannot afford to fail him, so we are going to do our utmost best. The club leaders here, presidents, AGs, PAGs, you are all recognized. Thank you for your time. I'm just doing this to support my DG. She has done the vote of thanks in a way. I am just trying to support her again. We thank you most sincerely. Like RI President has told us severally, work deal. We have to work. That's the truth. And the work has started since yesterday. When you don't set a goal, how do you know what you want to achieve? Please put your goals together and go and set it. I will check it tomorrow night and even tomorrow morning. By the time we meet at the seminar tomorrow, we will call out those that have not set the goals. Please, let's get the ball rolling. We don't have an alternative, we don't have option. but to deliver. I thank you. Felix, thank you most sincerely for being the umpire for tonight. I want to appreciate everybody, and I thank myself too. Have a good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
sir.
so much. Thank you, everyone. My PDG, my DJ.
My
Thank you,
regards.
everyone.
Good night,
Yes, sir.
everybody.
Good night, oh, everybody.
Good
My
night,
Oganse,
everyone.
good
We
night.
appreciate
Yeah,
you.
good night, friends.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Good night.
you.
Thank you.
Ma. God bless you.
My
My
DG,
PDG. Thank you, ma.
go and
My
for
DG, good night. Thank you so much.
Yes,
See you
ma.
tomorrow.
I will sleep with my eyes closed.
Bro, I'm telling you, you can do that.
And I want to thank
See you
Benny. I
tomorrow,
want
my
to thank all Rotarians too. They have been wonderful. The support has been, I mean, wonderful.
great.
Thank you so much. It's been
Yeah.
great. It's been great. Foundation membership, it has been great.
Good.
Yes, ma'am.
So good night,
See you
all.
tomorrow, my DG.
Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.
God grace.
You send a meeting. I can only leave meeting. I can't end it. Where do I live? Oh, I don't know. Okay.
Don't worry, they will shut down the meeting soon if you can't leave.
Are you the one who put it together? Why do you want to close it? Just exit now. Get yourself out.
That's what she's trying to look for. How to exit it.
So get yourself out.
Yes.
Get yourself out. My DG, congratulations.
No, not me. Don't forget that I'm Gen Z. We're talking about Ayaba this time. Ayaba.
We got it right. This session has come to go.
Yes. Thank you so much. I mean, it's been wonderful. You know, you can never get it wrong. That man is Jesus. Is excellent. He's excellent. It's always a pleasure to listen to him, sir. Always a pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you,
See
sir.
you tomorrow.
Good night, sir. Yes, sir. Tomorrow, sir. Ó sir. I will tell you so she one district office.
Ṣé ká wá gbá yín?
Ó ti sá o.
Ṣé ká máa bọ̀?
Ó ti sá o. Ẹ bá wa focus lé membership, sir.
Kí lẹ́yìn ṣe láago mẹ́wàá? Kí lágbẹ́ ṣe tí ń dòwú gànjẹ́ olóko?
Ẹ mọ̀ pé a máa ṣe council meeting. A dẹ̀ fẹ́ make sure pé everything is set. Sir?
Like very reporting from council meeting. Are you not the one they are reporting to?
But you want a good you want a safe environment to have your meeting, sir.
Next week, planning meeting.
Week in the south, 13th. Week in the south. I need to go. Ben, sir. Is this week Thursday, sir? Thursday, sir. I need to go and Benny, let me go and send a reminder then. Is this Thursday,
are you sure?
sir? Yes, sir. 13th day, sir. It's Thursday, sir. I sent notifications, sir. I sent letters out, sir.
I'll check it.
Yes, sir. I sent letters. No, Emma one is out. That's the first one, sir. Emma Bino, sir. Torí ẹ̀ náà ni mo ṣe wà bí.
Wà ní kó máa kọ̀mándì.
Mo ní ẹ má bínú sá, mi ò kọ̀mándì o. Ẹ má bínú sá o. Yes, sir. Torí yín náà mo ṣe jókòó sí district office o.
Ó dẹ̀ wọ́ tẹ̀ o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà. Símbà sí bí wọ́n ti àwọn workmen yẹn á ti lọ sà. All right, sir. Ó dàárọ̀, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
My regards.
Thank you, sir.